What don't you like about the direction of rap right now?
Ain't no gimmicks involved, straight up real material.
People are not concentrating on hip hop. They want more to rap, and I think there needs to be more of a balance.
You got brothers who gonna copy, be phony, and imitate. Those are the ones who's really causing a lot of poison inside the air. The brothers who's real, man, I think the radio should stop fronting on us and give real hip hop a fair chance, man.
Just telling actual facts of what's going on out there, and mainly kids from the street will relate to it because they see it every day.
So to everybody out there that listen to rap, keep it up. Don't let nobody misguide you.
Out on the West Coast, Dr. Dre and Above the Law had already laid the foundation for G-Funk to dominate hip-hop in the early 90s. But on the East Coast, could a handful of producers and MCs create a new wave and define an entire decade of hip-hop with boom bap? The actual term boom bap was popularized by KRS-One's 1993 album, Return of the Boom Bap, but the style had already shaped New York hip-hop in the late 80s with its gritty underground feel. Boom bap was stripped down yet powerful, with a focus on rhythm and lyricism. For example, classic street cyphers and songs that focused mainly on storytelling. The early 90s in New York was a turning point for hip-hop. The flashy, high-energy beats of the 80s, where acts like Run DMC and LL Cool J gave way to something that reflected the struggles and realities of the city. Artists weren't just boasting anymore. They were painting vivid pictures of life in New York's boroughs, from the corners of Brooklyn to the stairwells of the Bronx.
All of us agree that the gravest domestic threat facing our nation today is drugs, sapping our strength as a nation. Turn on the evening news or pick up the morning paper, and you'll see what some Americans know just by stepping out their front door. Our most serious problem today is and in particular, crack.
Some of the key influences for that early 90s New York scene was of course the street culture, where the crack epidemic, police brutality, and economic struggles shaped the narratives in hip-hop, making it a voice for the unheard. Another key influence was lyricism, where MCs like Nas, the Notorious B.I.G., and Wu-Tang Clan emphasized storytelling and wordplay, making hip-hop more than just party music, but way more relatable and vivid. Producers like DJ Premier, Pete Rock, and Q-Tip dug through crates of old vinyls, chopping up jazz loops and soulful melodies to create that signature boom bap sound, therefore setting up the foundation for one of hip-hop's most influential eras, where New York was the epicenter of it all, going into the mid-90s.
The essence and the originality of what hip-hop was in the early 80s all the way up to now, so that's how we come.
The reason why we call it the owners is that we feel like people are exploiting hip-hop at this point. Some people are like trying to rent and lease it, you know, instead of owning their own original style.
And just telling actual facts of what's going on out there, and mainly kids from the street will relate to it because they see it every day.
If this era had a blueprint, DJ Premier most definitely helped draw it. His beats were built on tight, choppy samples, deep bass lines, and sharp drum patterns. For example, tracks like Gangstar's Mass Appeal and Nas's New York State of Mind. Pete Rock brought a warmer, more melodic touch to boom bap, known for his rich soul samples and signature horn loops. His production on one of rap's best instrumentals, They Reminisce Over You, showed exactly why he was a major player in New York hip-hop. His work with CL Smooth, Nas, and The Lox cemented him as one of rap's greatest producers. As the sonic architect of A Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip mixed boom bap with jazz, bringing a much more smoother feel to the underground. Tracks like Electric Relaxation and Check the Rhyme showcase fire bass lines and crazy drum loops, proving boom bap could be both rugged and sophisticated. So if Pete Rock and Q-Tip brought the soul, then RZA from Wu-Tang most definitely brought the raw, unfiltered grime. As one of the masterminds behind Wu-Tang Clan, his beats were eerie, dark, and filled with kung fu flick samples. Cream and Protect Your Neck embodied a darker take on boom bap, with a new wave of production and haunting piano loops setting the tone for street narratives.
You got brothers who gonna copy, be phony, and imitate. Those are the ones who's really causing a lot of poison, you know what I'm saying, inside the air. The brothers who's real, man, I think the radio should stop fronting on us and give real hip-hop a fair chance, man.
But why did the boom bap sound take off? It can be argued that it was a reflection of the times. New York in the early 90s was tough. Economic struggles, rising crime rates, and urban decay shaped daily life, and boom bap's gritty beats mirrored that reality. Artists weren't just rapping, they were documenting survival in the 5 boroughs.
In the urban communities at that time, you know, we really had nothing to look up to. We really had no outlets or, you know, anything, man. And, you know, hip hop came along and, you know, you had people in the street, you know, rhyming like, you know, they felt good about themselves. You know, they was saying rhymes and bigging themselves up, even bigging their hood up, you know, no matter what it looked like.
I think it was a sense of culture.
Yeah, that too.
For people that was robbed of their culture and had to relearn it, but that was something that we created in that moment.
Word up.
Potentially another reason it took off was as boom bap dominated the East, the West Coast had their G-Funk era with Dr. Dre, Snoop and other acts on the label. This coastal rivalry fueled the boom bap movement, with New York doubling down on its signature style with classic albums such as Illmatic, Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers and Ready to Die. Though hip-hop has evolved, boom bap's DNA is still woven into the culture. Its sample-heavy beats and fire lyricism remain timeless, influencing both underground and mainstream artists today. Even as trap and drill dominate the modern rap scene, boom bap continues to thrive. Artists like Rock Marciano, Westside Gunn and Benny the Butcher have brought the sound back to the forefront, proving that hard-hitting drums and sharp bars will never go out of style. Producers like The Alchemist and Madlib keep pushing the sample-based aesthetic forward, crafting beats that feel both classic and fresh. For a lot of listeners, boom bap represents the essence of hip-hop, the storytelling, the soulful loops, and beats that hit just right. In a world where everything is basically overproduced, the simplicity of most of their sounds feel refreshing. Whether it's a chopped up jazz loop or a vinyl player crackling, boom bap offers a sense of authenticity that newer styles sometimes lack.
What don't you like about the direction of rap right now?
When it comes down to rap, I think that a lot of people are concentrating on rap and they're not concentrating on hip hop. Hip hop is a culture, a way of life, a way of thinking. Hip hop as the culture gives you graffiti art, breakdancing, fashion, language, rap music.
This is the music of life, and I die for this. So to everybody out there that listen to rap, keep it up, stay strong, don't let nobody misguide you. One love.